670 New York Yankee Baseball is on the air. In association with Hughes Sports Network, Yankee Baseball is brought to you with the best wishes of the Atlantic Richfield Company. Your Atlantic dealer keeps your car on the go with Red Ball service. Frank Messer and Bob Gamere will bring you the play-by-play of this Yankee broadcast in just a moment.
This is Frank Messer, along with Bob Gamere and Bill Rizzuto, welcoming you to New York Yankee Baseball and tonight's game between the Yankees and the Oakland Athletics. Here at Yankee Stadium in New York, it's a very, very pleasant evening for baseball. Not a cloud to be seen anywhere. I heard the official temperature just a few minutes ago as being 85 degrees. It feels cooler than that here at the ballpark. This will be game number 3 of the current series between the Yankees and the Oakland A's. The club split a doubleheader yesterday. Oakland winning the first game 8-2. The Yankees coming back in the nightcap, winning 4-1, behind the combined strong pitching of Stan Bonson and Lindy McDaniel, and the booming bat of Pete Ward, who had a single and a double to drive in 3 of the 4 Yankee runs. And, well, you won't be surprised to hear that Pete Ward will be in the starting lineup again tonight at first base for the New York Yankees, because he did have the hot bat yesterday. Mel Stottlemyre will be on the mound tonight for New York. Stottlemyre has won 8 and lost 8. He has sort of pitched in streaks this year. He won 4 in a row, and then he has lost his last 4 decisions in a row. So Stottlemyre will try to go above the 500 mark. He'll be opposed by Jim Catfish Hunter, who has won as many games as any pitcher in the American League this year. Hunter comes into this game tonight with a record of 13 wins and 7 losses. He has 1 win against the Yankees. Stottlemyre has 2 wins already this year against the Oakland Athletics. And for Jim Hunter, it will be his 3rd try for win number 14. He currently is tied for most wins in the league with Sam McDowell of the Cleveland Indians and Jim Perry of the Minnesota Twins. We'll be back with the starting lineup for tonight's game in just 1 minute.
Very little is known about drilling for oil in the Arctic. When Atlantic Richfield discovered oil on Alaska's North Slope, the place we call the Arco Circle, we found out just how little. We found out about 45-degree below zero temperatures and 70-mile-an-hour winds. We found out about frozen ground 1,500 feet thick. We found out steel drills can shatter like glass. We found out roads have to be 8 feet thick. We found out it takes 60 plane loads to set up 1 rig. We found out it takes 7 times longer to drill and costs $20,000 a day. But we found the first major oil field on American soil in 40 years. At Atlantic Richfield, we went all the way to Alaska so we can provide your local Atlantic dealer with the finest Arco petroleum products for your car.
Before we go into the starting lineup, on New York Yankee Baseball, we pause for station identification. The Yankees going into this game tonight have won 47 and lost 40. They trail the American League East leaders, Baltimore, by 7.5 games. The Yankees are a game and a half behind the second-place Detroit Tigers and have a game and a half lead on the club closest to them lower in the standings, the Boston Red Sox. The Oakland Athletics have won 48 and lost 41. They are 9 games behind the Western Division leading Minnesota Twins and 5 games behind the second-place California Angels in the West. And right now, as we wait for the managers and umpires to come out, ready with the starting lineups and some comments of his own on this game and this series, ladies and gentlemen, here is Bob Gamere.
Thank you, Frank Messer. Good evening, everyone. Let's get down to the starting lineups. The pesky Bergkamp and Harris will lead it off for the Oakland Athletics, and he showed his speed yesterday, scoring from third base on a fly ball that was about 10 feet out in the grass at right field here at the stadium. Bergkamp and Harris, who can beat you about 8 ways from Sunday. And Rick Monday will be in center field, and he'll be batting in the number 2 spot. Rick Monday hitting an even 300 for Oakland. Reggie Jackson has hit 12 home runs this year, and his batting average is 228. He's batting third, and he'll be playing in right field. Sal Bando bats cleanup at third base. Filippo Lou in left field hits fifth. Don Mincher, the first baseman, sixth. Dave Duncan will be the catcher. He caught the second game of the doubleheader yesterday, and he'll be batting seventh. Tony La Russa, who has been brought up from the minor leagues, will be batting eighth and playing second base, and batting ninth and pitching for his third attempt at win number 14, Catfish Hunter. Jim Catfish Hunter. He pitched a complete game against the Yankees back on May 5th, a very cold night in the Oakland Coliseum, as he beat the Yankees on May 5th by a score of 11-3. And I can only think of that and perhaps one game in Anaheim as being the 2 toughest nights for the New York Yankees, the 2 nights in which everything went wrong the most, so let's put it that way. 11-3. They were beaten by the Catfish out at Oakland, and the cold, damp night didn't help, I'll tell you that night. Catfish walked 4, he struck out 4, and he allowed 6 hits. Now, a win for Catfish tonight will give him the most wins in the American League. At the moment, it's 13 wins, puts him in a tie with Jim Perry of the Minnesota Twins and Sam McDowell of the Cleveland Indians. The starting lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off will be Horace Clarke at second base, and this is another new lineup put in by Ralph House. Horace Clarke leads off at second base. Thurman Munson bats number 2, and he'll be the catcher. Bobby Mercer in center field bats third. Roy White in left field hits fourth. Danny Cater at third base bats fifth. Pete Ward at first base hits sixth. Kurt Leffrey in right field bats seventh. Gene Michael at shortstop eighth. And on the mound and pitching, Mel Stottlemyre. As Frank Messer mentioned a moment ago, he's been up and down, winning 4 in a row, losing 4 in a row. And right now he's at even Steven, 8 wins and 8 losses. He's making his third start against the A's this year. He beat them both times he's been out. 8-3 on April the 26th as he went 6 innings, and 7-6 on May the 6th as he went 8 innings. Stottlemyre picked up his 100th victory earlier this season. His overall record now is 105 wins and 81 losses. Lifetime against the Athletics, both at Kansas City and at Oakland, Mel Stottlemyre has a record of 10 wins and 11 losses. Well, the Yankees have been doing very well under the lights here at Yankee Stadium. They've played 16 games already. They've won 13 and lost just 3 here at Yankee Stadium. You see the umpires now going to their respective positions. Ed Runge will be behind the plate tonight. Bill Kunkel will be at first. Tom Haller at second, and Jim Odom over at third. And now the Yankees take the field. The New York Yankees in third place in the Eastern Division, 7.5 games out of first place. Oakland, last year's runner-up in the Western Division, and they were in the thick of it until mid-September of last year. This year, Oakland in third place, 9 games behind the Minnesota Twins, and 5 games behind California. And in the meantime, both leaders, Minnesota and Baltimore, are leading tonight, so there's a lot of interest both ways in both the Eastern Division and the Western Division. Now, our national anthem.
Oh,
Well, the weather might have hurt the attendance on some occasions earlier in the year, but it certainly didn't hurt tonight. In fact, it probably helped because it's just the type of night that is perfect to sit outside and watch a baseball game. And from all the forecasts, the same will be true tomorrow. And then, of course, the big doubleheader with the second-place California Angels on Sunday afternoon. Absolutely a beautiful night for baseball. As most of you people in the listening area well know, it was a beautiful day today and an absolutely gorgeous night tonight. Mel Stottlemyre, who loves warm weather, is on the mound for the New York Yankees. And he's set to face the leadoff batter, the always pesky, and a man you just got to keep off the bases, Bert Campaneris. And coming in to lead it off for us tonight, Frank Messer.
Thank you, Bob Gamere. Mel Stottlemyre trying to win number 106 for the season. Looks sharp in his warm-up throws from the mound. And now Bert Campaneris will step in. He has been the Oakland A's leading hitter in this series with 4 hits in 9 at-bats. Campaneris, overall on the season, is hitting .269. 88 base hits, including 17 doubles, 1 triple, 13 home runs, and 36 runs batted in. He has stolen 22 bases. Right-hand batter. Scratches around in the dirt in the batter's box, digging away with his right foot, clad in the white kangaroo shoe. The A's with their green uniforms on tonight. The windup by Stottlemyre. Here's the first pitch of the game. It's right in there for a called strike, and this game is underway. 0-1 to Bert Campaneris. Rick Monday on deck, and then Reggie Jackson. Roy White in left field, the deep man. Bobby Mercer in center straightaway. Blefary in a couple of steps in right. The windup in the pitch. Swung on and fouled off his foot. Strike 2. 0-2 to Campaneris. Around the infield, the Yankees have Danny Cater at third base. He's playing deep on Campaneris now with 2 strikes on him. Gene Michael at shortstop, Horace Clark at second, and Pete Ward is at first base with Thurman Munson catching. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Stottlemyre winds and deals. Curve is swung on and bounced foul over toward the Oakland dugout. And scooped up by a young fan in the first row of box seats in the first seat past the dugout. No balls and 2 strikes to Campaneris. Stottlemyre looks in, has the sign, starts the windup, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Campaneris was running up on the pitch, looking for another breaking ball. Had to get out of the way quickly. It's 1-2. At the end of 2 innings in Washington, California leads the Senators 1-0. The windup, the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air over the head of shortstop Gene Michael into left field for a base hit. So Campaneris is on with a leadoff single. And it will bring up Rick Monday, the center fielder. Monday is hitting an even .300. Pardon me, Bob.
He's a tough man to start off the ball game. He has 22 steals this year, and they've only caught him 7 times. And actually, he's been behind the past couple of years. He's had over 50 steals for the past 3 or 4 years.
Campaneris now has an 8-game hitting streak. When Munson threw Campaneris out in yesterday's first game, it was the first time Campaneris had been caught in his last 12 attempts to steal. So he can go. Ward comes in to hold the inside corner on him. Stottlemyre ready to pitch to the left-hand hitting Monday. Throw to first base. Campaneris is backsliding. Campaneris, of course, will have an advantage for stealing with the left-hand hitter Monday up there at the plate. Left-hand batter up there. The catcher's view is partially blocked. And, of course, the catcher has to throw over the hitter. He's out! At first base, Stottlemyre picks him off. Stottlemyre with as fine a move to first base as you'll ever see from a right-hand pitcher on that particular throw. Caught Campaneris flat-footed, and Pete Ward slapped the tag on him. You will never see a better pickoff move from a right-hand pitcher than the one just thrown to first by Stottlemyre. So there's 1 down. The base is empty. Ward backs up at first base, and here comes the first pitch to Rick Monday. Over but low, ball 1. Stottlemyre fired that ball over to first. Well, you'd have to see it to believe it. 1-0 pitch. Low again, ball 2. Stottlemyre, as has been mentioned, has lost his last 4 decisions. He's had a bit of a problem in falling behind the hitters. Right now he's 2-0 on Monday. There's a line drive base hit in the left field as Stottlemyre got the pitch up. And Monday is on. So, with 1 out, there's a runner at first, and Ward will again station himself on the inside corner. And another left-hand batter comes up, Reggie Jackson. Jackson, playing right field, is hitting .228, 12 home runs, and 38 runs batted in. That Rick Mundy at first base has stolen 7 times. He takes a short lead. The pitch to Jackson, hit on the ground to Clark. He goes to Michael out at second. No play back to first base. Jackson, with good speed down the line, did not even draw a throw at first, as Mundy is forced Clark to Michael.
That was the second time this year that the Yankee pitcher has picked a man off first base. The other time was back on June the 12th in Kansas City when Fritz Peterson picked off Joe Keogh at first base. So the first one for Stottlemyre and the second one for the Yankee pitcher.
All right, Bob, and now Sal Bando, the third baseman, with 2 outs and a runner at first, and Ward again on the inside corner. Throw over there, no play this time on Jackson. You got to watch Jackson. He's stolen 15 bases. Sal Bando is hitting .277. The Yankee pitcher shut him out in 8 times at bat yesterday. The pitch here, curve is in, strike called on Bando, a right-hand hitter. Sal has 73 hits, 10 doubles, 1 triple, 17 home runs. He leads this club in homers with 17. He also has 56 runs batted in. Stottlemyre, short stretch. And the delivery is in the dirt, bounces away from Munson. He grabs it, throws to second. He's safe. Thurman Munson blocked the pitch in the dirt to his right. Bounced off quickly to the first base side of home plate. Reached out, grabbed the ball in the air with his throwing hand, and in the same motion got it to second, but it was not in time. And a wild pitch is being charged to Mel Stottlemyre. The count is a ball and a strike now on Bando with Jackson at second. The stretch again, the look back over the right shoulder. The pitch to Bando, foul back right below it. A ball and 2 strikes. This program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. 1-2 on Sal Bando, the third baseman. Stottlemyre rocks and deals, and Bando fouls one back off the tip end of the bat. He reached out for a pitch. Got enough of it to stay alive. Felipe Alou, the left fielder, is on deck. Yankee outfield is spread out on Bando and deep in all stations. Infield shades him a bit to the third base side. 1-2 pitch. He hits it on the ground to the left side. Cater has it in front of Michael. Throws to first through Ward. Ball gets away. Here comes the run in to score as Jackson crosses the plate. And Bando moves on to second. The Oakland A's lead 1-0 as Danny Cater cut in front of Gene Michael, threw low and in the dirt to Ward at first. And we'll wait for the official scorer's ruling. An error will be charged. Cater on the throw. Jackson scores. Stottlemyre should have been out of the inning. And now Felipe Alou, the left fielder, a right-hand batter. Alou is hitting .294, 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. The pitch to him, strike one, sinking fastball across the heart of the plate. At second base, Sal Bando. And an 0-1 pitch will be coming. Here it is. Get on the ground slowly up the third base side of the mound. Stottlemyre barehands it, throws to first. He's out, and the side is retired. Stottlemyre off the mound quickly to the third base side, barehanded the ground ball, Wheeled and fired on to Ward to throw out Alou. The A's come up with 1 run on 2 hits, a costly Yankee error, and a man is left. At the end of 1/2 inning, the score is Oakland 1 and the Yankees coming to bat.
Say, did you ever have a girl you know show up in a wig and not recognize her? Well, here's a story just like that. Some people have received new credit cards and failed to recognize them. Now, this is understandable. The big name on the card, and incidentally, it is a handsome card, but the big name is Arco, A-R-C-O. They didn't realize that this new Arco card was a replacement for their old Atlantic credit card. After Richfield and Atlantic merged to become the Atlantic Richfield Company, it made sense to have one national credit card good at thousands of service stations from coast to coast. Makes it easy for everyone, including the people at Hertz, Ramada and Treadway Inns, Hyatt House Motels, Hyatt Lodges, Travel Lodge Motels, Friendship Inns, Emmons Walker Inns Incorporated, and Superior Motels. They all honor this new card. Now they have only one name to remember, and so do you, Arco. It stands for all the good products and services you get at your Atlantic station.
Well, the Yankees are down 1-0 as Catfish Hunter makes his 3rd attempt at win number 14. Catfish with a record of 13 wins and 7 losses. And he'll be going up against a new Yankee lineup, which finds Horace Clarke, the regular leadoff man, but then catcher Thurman Munson has moved up into the 2nd spot, and then Bobby Mercer.
For Hunter, this is his 24th start of the year. He is currently tied with Sam McDowell of Cleveland and Jim Perry of Minnesota for the most wins in the American League. Right-hander from down North Carolina way. Ready to work to Horace Clarke. The Hoss is batting .245, 95 base hits, 13 doubles, 1 triple, 4 homers. Ball is hit on the ground at second base. LaRussa is up with it. Throws to first. He's out. Clarke, first ball hitting, grounds out LaRussa to Mincher. 1 away, and the batter will be Thurman Munson. Munson is hitting .259, 64 hits, 14 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 28 runs batted in. 0 for 4 in the series. Catfish Hunter. 1 pitch has 1 away. They play Munson up the middle. The deal. He goes for a bunt and misses strike 1. Good curveball from Catfish Hunter. Hunter lifetime against the Yankees has won 4 and lost 7. Native of Hertford, North Carolina. Never played a game of minor league ball. The pitch here. Fastball is swung on and missed, strike 2. First came up to the then Kansas City Athletics in 1965. Hunter won 8 and lost 8. He has never won over 13 games in a season. The 0-2 pitch to Munson. Hit high and foul off the left side and well out of play. Back in the stands. Pitch was inside. Munson stepped back and pulled it, and pulled it foul. Catfish Hunter on May 8th, 1968, pitched a perfect game. No hits and no runs, no walks and no errors against the Minnesota Twins, winning it 4-0. He deals a curve that's hit on the ground to short. Campanera is down on one knee, has a quick throw to first, and Munson is out. There are 2 down. Now Bobby Mercer. Mercer is hitting .256, leads the Yankees in home runs with 15. He is tied with Cater for the number 2 spot in the RBI column with 48. Roy White on deck. Hunter, the right-hander, ready to work and fires. Outside, ball 1. Mercer went 2 for 6 yesterday. One-0 pitch, swung out and missed. Ball and a strike. Hunter paused the dirt around a little bit. He was originally signed in 1964, but didn't see any action. Mercer lines a base hit out into right center field. Moving quickly, the center fielder Mundy cuts it off in the alley and holds it to a single. So Bobby Mercer is on with the Yankees' first base hit. It brings up Roy White. White is batting .319, the Yankees' leading hitter. Leads the club in several categories in average. In runs scored with 63, in base hits with 107, in doubles with 23, and in runs batted in with 55. Mincher will hold against Mercer at first. It's set by Catfish, and here's the pitch. Strike called knee-high on the outside corner to the left-hand hitting White. Roy, a natural right-hand hitter, taught himself to bat left-handed, and it has proved very, very successful. There goes Mercer. The pitch is taken for a ball. The throw to second is high, and he's safe. Mercer steals second. For Mercer, his 8th stolen base. Pitch was outside. Duncan had a good shot at him, but Mercer had a fine jump. Duncan hurried his throw and threw high to Campanera's covering. A stolen base for Bobby Mercer. Count is 1-1 on Roy White. Well, the Yankees have the tying run in scoring position. The set by Hunter and the pitch. Fastball hit on the ground at second base. La Russa has this one. The throw to first, he's out, and the side is retired. For the Yankees, no runs, a base hit. There were no errors, and a man is left. At the end of one, the score is Oakland 1 and New York 0.
Another of the 10 great new discoveries in this year's Schaefer Talent Hunt. This is Ken Stella.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Schaefer pleasure doesn't fade even when your thirst is done. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. For people who are having fun. Yeah. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Well, it's 1-0 in favor of Oakland, and now Mel Stottlemyre has to keep Oakland just that close and hope the Yankees can go to work on Catfish Hunter. Hunter leads Oakland in wins with 13, strikeouts with 103, innings pitched 160 and change, and also in the negative side, he's given up 21 home runs this year. Right now, 1-0 Athletics as he gets set for the second inning.
Stottlemyre will work to the first baseman, Don Mincher. Mincher is 0 for 4 in this series. He's batting .240 with 16 home runs and 41 RBIs for the year. Left-hand hitter takes a strike on the first pitch. Knee-high gets the outside part of the plate. Mincher, Duncan, and La Russa. Lower half of the batting order. 0-1 delivery fouled off, and the count is 0-2. Bobby Hoffman coaches at third base for the Oakland A's, and Charlie Lau, former catcher in the major leagues, coaches at first base. Bobby Hoffman, in his playing career in the majors, a second baseman primarily. The 0-2 pitch here. Mincher takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stottlemyre takes the sign from Thurman Munson. Into the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Mincher knew it. He was fooled on the pitch. Started to go for it, had a little hitch in his swing, let it go, and it cut the inside corner. The first strikeout for Mel Stottlemyre. And now the catcher, Dave Duncan. Duncan is a right-hand batter. He's hitting .248. 8 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Divides the catching chores with Frank Fernandez. The pitch to him. Curve, strike call. 0-1 to Duncan. One of the Oakland players we talked to before the game tonight were just marveling at the weather here in New York. They said they couldn't believe the weather was so good. 0-1 pitch. High and tight with a changeup, 1-1.
That makes us even, Frank. When we went out to Oakland the last time, it was my first trip out there, and I couldn't believe the weather was so bad.
As I recall, it was right chilly out there. Ball and a strike to the right-hand hitting Duncan. Stottlemyre turns a fastball loose inside at the belt, 2-1. The official score tonight is Jim Ogle of the New York Star-Ledger. Very rare the Yankees play a ball game that Jim Ogle isn't there to see it and write about it for his newspaper. Stottlemyre winds, 2-1 pitch. The sinker is low, ball 3-1 to Dave Duncan. Oakland is leading 1-0. The 1 run was not earned. Three balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Hit right back to the box. Stottlemyre flags it down, lobs it over to first base in plenty of time to get Duncan. And Mel Stottlemyre has his 3rd assist in the ballgame. It will bring up Tony La Russa, the second baseman. Youngster started the season at Des Moines. Was promoted in mid-June after hitting .290 for the Des Moines club. Right-hand batter. Curveball hit on the ground is short. Gene Michael to his right has this one. Pegs on to first. He's out. Close play. La Russa got down the line in a hurry. Michael throws him out, and Stottlemyre gets the side. 1-2-3. Nothing across, and at the end of 1.5, the score is Oakland 1 and New York nothing.
There's action and fun for everyone at the Catskill Game Farm. See all the games, both wild and tame, at the Catskill Game Farm.
Imagine being surrounded by hundreds of the rarest animals that were handpicked from all parts of the world. You'll be amazed to see how much the llamas, deer, and little lambs in the animal nursery enjoy your company. What fun it is to mingle with the animals as if they were your lifetime friends. Frankly, it is difficult to think of a more wonderful way to spend this weekend than taking the whole family to the Catskill Game Farm. It's located 2 miles off Route 32, south of K Road. The Catskill Game Farm, open daily.
See all the game, both wild and tame, at the Catskill Game Farm.
Oakland has the jump on the Yankees by a score of 1-0. Yesterday, the Yankees got the jump in both ball games, but it wound up an even spread. Oakland going on to easily win the first game 8-2, and then the Yankees coming back at the nightcap 4-1. And in both games, the Yankees had 1-0 lead. All right, here it's Oakland 1 and the Yankees nothing as Cater, Ward, and Bluffery try their hand against the Catfish.
Danny Cater is 2 for 4 in the series. For the year, Cater is batting .304. Right-hand hitter. Hunter's first pitch. Hit on the ground at shortstop. Up with it, Campaneris. The throw to first. Cater is out. So in each of the first 2 innings, Catfish Hunter has retired the first batter on 1 pitch. Now Pete Ward. What a day he had yesterday. 2 for 3 in the nightcap to drive in 3 of the 4 Yankee runs. He also took a base hit away from Campaneris on a fine play at first base. Pete Ward has not started too many games this year. Swings the bat back and forth, leans over the plate, and takes low, ball 1. Ward for the year is hitting but .209. He has 9 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. Ball 2 is down low, 2-0. The second baseman, Tony La Russa, is backed off on the grass. Very, very deep on Pete Ward. The right fielder, Jackson, is back very deep, too. Ward swings on this one, looks a high fly ball straight away center field. Mundy started back, now coming in, and Campaneris makes the catch. Bert Campaneris, the shortstop, went way, way back in center field behind second. Rick Mundy misjudged the ball at first, went back, then started in, and it would have been a very tough play for Mundy, but Campaneris was back there to bail him out. There are 2 down. The batter will be Curt Bluffery. Blepry is hitting .207. He had 3 hits yesterday and 7 trips. First pitch to him. Foul back out of play. On New York Yankee baseball, we pause for station identification.
This is Steve Fitz, your contact host. Call us weeknights from 8 to midnight, here on the fresh air sound of Radio 81, WGY Schenectady.
Pitch to Blepry, inside, backs him off 1-1. Blepry yesterday had 2 singles and a home run. His single in the nightcap came in the Yankees' winning inning. 1-1 pitch to him, foul back, just in front of the television booth, and the count is 1-2. Two outs, bases empty. Oakland leading 1-0 here in the bottom half of the second. Jim Hunter winds, whips it to the plate. Blepry pops it up. Foul off third. Coming for it, Bando. Over near the dugout. He's with it. He's got it, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. There is nothing across for New York. And at the end of 2, the score is Oakland 1 and the Yankees nothing.
You ever notice that the people at Atlantic never refer to gas stations? Not that there's anything wrong with the term, but Atlantic people prefer to talk about their service stations. If you think about it, modern Atlantic stations are among the last places you still can find old-fashioned service. And that's important because there's so much more to driving than just gasoline. While you're filling up, they'll really mother hen you. They'll clean your windshield, check your oil, your battery, and your radiator. And if you need them, they'll replace taillights, tires, plugs, or air filters with parts you can trust. But most important is the way this service is offered, speedily and courteously. So that's why they always say that Atlantic has service stations, not gas stations.
We move to the third inning, and the pitcher, Catfish Hunter, will lead things off. Hunter is not an automatic out by any means. He has a 158 batting average, 9 hits for 57, 1 double and 1 triple, 4 runs batted in. It stepped in, now steps out. And time is called for the moment. Now we're ready to go. Hunter bats as he throws, right-handed. He swings on a curve and lines one into right field, and it is caught and dropped by Blepry in a sliding attempt for it. We'll see how that one is scored. Blepry went into a slide, put the glove down, and it's a base hit. Blepry looked a little bit unsure of himself on the ball out in right field, as if he didn't think he could get to it, then realized he could. Slid for it, it hit in his glove, rolled out. And it is scored as a base hit for Catfish Hunter. That's the third hit of the ball game. It will bring up Bert Campaneris. Pitch is inside, backs him off, ball 1. Campaneris singled to left field in the first inning, and then Stottlemyre picked him off first. I just have a feeling that Campaneris has been picked off very, very few times.
I have a feeling he's ready to run right now. He just wants to get on base.
Pitch to him is down low, ball 2, 2-0. Campaneris has the two things that make a good base stealer. He can get a good jump, and he has good speed. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. You know, you'll find that, for the most part, your real good base stealers are not necessarily the fastest men on the club. For example, Maury Will never had blazing speed, but he holds the all-time base stealing record. Two balls and a strike. The set by Stottlemyre, the pitch, swung on and fouled, and that one got a little bit of Munson's throwing hand. The secret of base stealing, I've talked to Horace Clark a lot about this. Well, you talk to anybody that can steal bases. The secret is getting that jump. Your base stealers will study the pitcher's moves, know, for the most part, just when to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Campaneris. Munson walked out toward the mound, took a little time to shake off the sting in that right hand. Hunter leads away at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Oakland leading 1-0. Stottlemyre has the sign, set with a 2-2 pitch to Campaneris. Fastball is low and inside, dug out of the dirt by Thurman Munson. Count is full, 3-2. Campaneris not prone to strike out a lot, even though it's the pitcher at first. No, they don't have him going. Swings and bounces one foul to Bobby Hoffman, the third base coach. California now has built up a 4-0 lead over Washington at the end of 3. Milwaukee leads Boston 1-0 at the end of 3. Baltimore leads Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 1. 3-2 pitch again. It is rocked foul again past Bobby Hoffman. This was a real shot. And again, a 3-2 pitch will be coming up. Stottlemyre sets at the belt, delivers, and it's popped up. Foul off first. Waters after it, so is Munson. Munson calls for it, and Munson, the catcher, has it halfway down the first base line. Campaneris is retired. 1 away. It brings up center fielder Rick Mundy, who singled to the opposite field his first time up. Mundy is a left-hand hitter, but he lined a base hit into left field in the first inning. Hunter very short lead at first with Ward on the inside corner. To set the pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Cater has it, throws to second, out there. No throw to first. Hunter is forced. Cater to Clark. Mundy is on, 2 outs. And the batter will be Reggie Jackson.
Catfish didn't even bother to slide there at second base. He ran by second base like he was trying to beat out a hit to first base. He just didn't want to get any trouble whatsoever. And it was an easy force play anyhow for Danny Cater. Although it was a good play because actually he was in front of second base and he had to throw backward just a little bit. The Catfish wasn't about to get his pants dirty.
All right, now Jackson. We'll keep an eye on Mundy. They may have him going. He takes a very short lead. Steps back ahead of a throw to first. Stottlemyre's thinking about it. Some base stealers, you notice, they take that short lead. There's another quick throw over. He's back. Tommy Harper is one. They tell me when Harper takes the short lead, it's when he's dangerous. When he takes a long lead, he'll be leaning back to the bag. Mundy does not go. The pitch is swung on and missed by Jackson. Strike 1. Two outs. Oakland leading 1-0. Stottlemyre takes the sign, hiding the ball on the right hip. There goes Mundy. Pitch out. The throw to second base. He's out by 20 feet. He hurt himself sliding. Rick Mundy is hurt at second base. So let's hold on right here. He hasn't moved since he slid in. Charlie Lau, the first base coach, is over there. He went in head first and not a good slide. The trainer is out there with him. And Rick Mundy has the wind knocked out of him. They have his head now on the bag at second. And the smelling salts are being applied. The Yankees sensed it. Munson called for a pitch out, had him by 20 feet. He started his slide about 15 feet away from the bag and went in head first, and for the moment has the wind knocked out of him. Now he is beginning to get up, and it appears that Rick Mundy is all right. So for the Oakland A's in the third.
ladders, radios, and orange juice. It took planes that carry 48,000 pounds and cost $4,000 a trip. It took 160 flights to set up one camp and 5 flights a day to keep it going. It took a specially constructed airstrip. In short, it took the biggest civilian airlift in history. At Atlantic Richfield, we went all the way to Alaska so we can provide your local Atlantic dealer with the finest Arco petroleum products for your car.
Well, Rick Monday is finally up out there at second base, and there's an old saying that discretion is the better part of valor. And if ever we saw that expression true, we saw it in that last inning when Catfish Hunter didn't slide. He went in standing up to second. When he saw that he was out by a big distance, why bother to slide with the Catfish? And then Rick Monday was out by every bit as much, but he started to go in head first. And not only was he out, but he was almost out twice. Frank has the glasses on him.
He suffered a cut over his right eye. It looks like trainer Joe Romo has applied medication, perhaps a bandage, perhaps collodion. I don't know what Romo uses. And now we get another look at it, and Monday does have a bandage now over his right eye, and he will stay in the ball game. He's going out to center field. So he sustained a cut over the right eye, patched up by the trainer Joe Romo, and will stay in the game. Gene Michael will lead off for the Yankees. Monday started walking out to center field. Now he trots the last few steps. Hunter is waiting for Monday to take his position out there before he pitches to Gene Michael. And now we're set to go. So nothing serious on the injury to Monday. The windup, and here's the pitch to Gene Michael. Fastball hit on the ground at second. LaRusso's up with it. Spins and throws to first. He's out. And for the third inning in a row, the leadoff Yankee hitter has gone for the first pitch and grounded out. It will bring up Mel Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre has a .208 batting average, 10 base hits. 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. He takes a strike. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 2. Of the Yankee pitchers, Fritz Peterson has the most base hits, 11. Stottlemyre has 10. They have both been up 48 times. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground at first. Mincher has it in a backhand stab. Throws to the pitcher, Hunter covering. He's out. Stottlemyre bounces out Mincher wide of the bag to Hunter covering. 2 down. 6 of the 9 outs for the Yankees have been on ground balls. Six of 8 have been on ground balls. So 2 down. Clark routed out to LaRussa in the first inning. He takes high and outside, ball 1. Thurman Munson on deck. Oakland leading 1-0. Hunter turns it loose. Clark bunts and pops it up. Mincher in from first, grabs it, and the side is retired. Clark got too much wood on it, bunted it up in the air, and Don Mincher made a running catch to retire him. So the Yankees go 3 up, 3 down, nothing across, and at the end of 3, the score is Oakland 1 and New York nothing. And right now, with the scores of other games and to carry you through the middle 3 innings of this one, ladies and gentlemen, here is Bob Gamere.
All right, thank you, Frank Messer. On the scoreboard, it's Baltimore 1, Minnesota nothing after 1. Zep against Hardin. After 3, the California Angels keep right on rolling, and remember, they'll be in for a doubleheader on Sunday. They lead Washington 4-0. Fly Wright, who pitched the no-hitter, is on the mound. Casey Cox started for Washington. Jackie Brown has come on the pitch. Jim Fregosi hit his 3rd home run, number 16. He hit it in the 3rd inning. 4-0, California leading. Fregosi, number 16. Milwaukee leads Boston 1-0. Brabender against Siebert after 4 innings. Milwaukee 1, Boston nothing. Detroit at Chicago and Cleveland at Kansas City later on. We have a warm-up, Cleveland at Kansas City. It'll be Dunning against Johnson. In the National League, the Mets are at Los Angeles later on. Cincinnati leads Pittsburgh 1-0 after 1. Simpson against Nelson. Atlanta and St. Louis later. Chicago at Houston. It'll be Ferguson Jenkins against Larry Durka. Montreal at San Francisco later, and Philadelphia at San Diego later on as well. Here at Yankee Stadium, it's 1-0. Catfish Hunter besting Mel Stottlemyre to this point as we get set for the top half of the fourth inning. Stottlemyre out to the mound for the Yankees, and he'll be facing Reggie Jackson, Sal Bando, and Felipe Alou. The one run scored by Oakland is unearned. It came in the first inning. Rick Monday singled with 1 out, and then with 2 outs, Sal Bando hit a ground ball, and an error was charged to Danny Cater on his low throw to first base, and the run scored. Here's the pitch to Reggie Jackson, swinging a line drive foul right over the Oakland dugout, and they scattered down there. No balls and 1 strike. Nice crowd on hand here at Yankee Stadium, a crowd of about 20,000 for the night game. And a little girl came up with that baseball. Everybody scattered, and somehow in the scramble, a little girl came up with the ball. No balls and 1 strike. The next pitch to Reggie Jackson. He takes strike 2 on the inside corner, 0-2. Reggie hit into a fourth play his first time out. Bounced out to Horace Clark, who threw it over to Gene Michael. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swing and a bouncer out to shortstop. Gene Michael has it knee high, straightens up, throws him out, and there's 1 away. Reggie Jackson was falling down the line again, ran out from under his cap, picked it up, and heads back to the dugout. He's been in a season-long slump, but it hasn't stopped his hustle, at least not on that play. 1 out, and here's Sal Bando. Bando hit a bouncer to Danny Cater, who threw low to first base, got by Pete Ward. Error charged to Cater. And that accounted for the 1 Oakland run of the game and the only run of the ball game. Fastball bounced off Stottlemyre's glove, out to second, picked up by Clark. The throw to first, got him. A fine play by Horace Clark. He was actually the third man to go for that baseball. Stottlemyre went for it and just did tip it. Michael ran by it, and then Clark got it right behind the base and threw him out. 2 outs. 2 outs, and Felipe Alou will be the batter. Alou bounced out to the mound his first time out. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch to Alou. Curveball in there, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on Felipe Alou with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Stottlemyre into the windup. In comes the pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3. So an easy inning for Stottlemyre, just as the Catfish had an easy inning the last time. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. In the middle of the 4th inning, it's Oakland 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Looking for a new kind of excitement?
Hey, come on out. Saratoga will give you the inside track.
Bright lights, flashing colors, spinning wheels. If you're looking for the kind of action you won't find anywhere else, we'll give you the inside track.
It's Saratoga Harvest Racing. Saratoga.
Daily Double closes at 8, post time, 8:15.
The inside track.
Come to Saratoga Harness Family Jubilee. Watch morning workouts and qualifying races. And there will be a drawing for $750 or a free 5-day trip for a family of 4 to Disneyland, California, including tours of Universal Movie Studios and Marineland, plus drawings for bicycles, tricycles, and 100 toys. All at Saratoga, Saturday, July 25th from 8:30 to 2 p.m. Entry blanks must be postmarked by July 22nd. Entrance must be present to win. Here's where you get your entry blank.
In Schenectady, Del Gro's Deli, 2535 Broadway, in Hudson Falls Dean's Gift Shop, in Fort Edward, Wagner's Newsroom.
All right, we're all set for the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the Yankee fans, and there are a lot of them here tonight, hoping to get something going. It's 1-0 Oakland. The Yankees have had just 1 base hit, and that was by Bobby Mercer. Thurman Munson, the batter. Here's the pitch. Low curve for ball one. Munson got in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes his first time up, and Catfish grooved a curveball 0-2. Right where Thurman liked it, but he hit a hard shot to shortstop. Munson in the number 2 spot in the batting order. Here it comes. Curve in there for the called strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beautiful night for baseball and more good weather promised for this weekend. And a big weekend it is. Your last chance to see Oakland and California. Swing and a foul back on the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 to Munson. He steps out of the box. Thurman will do that just about every time he's up there. After every pitch, he likes to get his mind working and reform his thoughts as he steps into the box. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Thurman Munson. Munson came in batting .259. Swings, line drive into right field. Coming on Jackson. Coming on now. He backs off. It's a base hit. Plays it on the big hop. Left hands the ball into second base. And on at first with a solid single is Thurman Munson. Reggie had a notion to come on and try for a shoestring, but then he backed off at the last moment. And if he had waited a second longer, it would have bounced over his glove because he just didn't get it on the hop. So the Yankees have a runner on with nobody out, and Bobby Mercer steps in. Bobby Mercer, the batter. Bobby has the other Yankee hit. Catfish Hunter goes to the belt. Munson with the lead. Here's the pitch to Mercer. Swing, line drive, base hit to right field. On 2 hops, Reggie Jackson has it. Munson's going to try for third. Here comes Jackson through. Here comes Munson. He is out at third. Down to second goes Mercer. Thurman Munson thrown out by Reggie Jackson, who threw a bullet to Sal Bando. Bobby Mercer very alertly went down to second base on the throw. 1 out and the tying run on second.
Nobody can have a stronger throwing arm than that. Unbelievable. That was all the way from deep right field on a fly.
1 out now, and Bobby Mercer on second as Roy White steps in. So the Yankees have put back-to-back line drives on successive pitches. Here's the stretch. Mercer off second. The pitch to Roy White. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Roy gave it the big cut. White was up in a similar situation in the first inning. The Yankees had a man on second and 2 outs. Bobby Mercer had singled and then stolen second. And Roy at that time grounded out to second base. Here's the stretch by Hunter. And the pitch. Change-up foul to the left of the plate. That was a check swing foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Yankees are even in hits now with 3, but they trail by a score of 1-0. No balls and 2 strikes. Mercer off second. The pitch to Roy White is outside. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to fatten us up here, bringing along some ice cream. I don't know how Phil can eat it after the dinner he had tonight. Holy mackerel. Phil had a plateful, and he never seems to get fat. 1-2 the count to Roy White. Here's the pitch. Low, and it's 2-2. Yankees here in the bottom half of the 4th inning have had back-to-back singles by Munson and Mercer. But they have Mercer on second and 1 out to show for it as Munson was cut down at third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The stretch. Here it comes. There it goes. Fly ball hits the center field. Monday going back, way back. Mercer tagging. Monday makes the catch. Mercer tags at second and goes on standing to third base as the throw comes into Campanera. So Roy White got good wood on the ball, but Rick Monday, who was injured sliding in the second, has recovered enough to go back and make the catch. So the Yankees are getting to Hunter here in the 4th inning, but as yet they have no runs to show for it. But here's a man who can drive him in if anybody can in this ball club, Danny Cater. Cater with a batting average of .304 and 48 RBIs. First time up, he went for the first pitch and grounded out to shortstop. 2 outs and Mercer on third. Look at those California Angels. 6-0 over Washington. Angels will be in the air for bat day on Sunday. All right, the Catfish winds. He delivers. Hot shot back through the box. Out of the second into center field for a base hit. In the score comes Bobby Mercer. It's tied up. Danny Cater, and see you later. 1-1. I'll tell you, he doesn't waste any time. He tickled that first pitch. A line drive right over second, and the Yankees have hit some kind of line drives off Catfish Hunter here in the fourth inning. Here's Pete Ward. Ward was the hero for the Yankees yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader. Slide out to short center field his first time up, and now he steps out of the batter's box. The Yankees have sent 4 men up here in the fourth inning. They have 3 line drive base hits and 1 long drive to center. Check of the runner. Here's the pitch. Pete winds up. He lets it go, ball 1. Pete Ward winds up, and when they say somebody swings from the heels, they're talking about Pete Ward. He actually looks as if he just rears back and gets all his weight behind the swing. The stretch. And the pitch. Curve in there. Strike 1. It's 1-1. Catfish took a little bit off that one. Found the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The Yankees are even in the bottom of the fourth. Horace Clark picture postcards will be given out tomorrow afternoon. 2 o'clock start. Here's the pitch. Swing, line drive, hit out towards right center field. Money coming over, he can't get it. A big bounce over his head. Rolling all the way out past the auxiliary scoreboard. The Yankees will lead as Cater scores. Look at Ward picking him up, putting him down, and he's in the third, standing with a triple. Triples to deep right center field on an AstroTurf bounce.
That it did, Bob. Mundy was right there, and it had to bounce high to get over his head. And then, unbelievable, at the 407-foot sign, Reggie Jackson picked it up and threw a strike at third base and almost got Pete Ward.
Yankees have taken the lead 2-1, and Kurt Leffery steps in. Well, people love to see triples, and we haven't seen too many of them this year, but boy, Pete Ward's got 2 triples and 1 down in Baltimore. And there's that many hits for 2 triples. The pitch to Leffery. Swinging a high pop-up right up the elevator shaft. Coming back. The catch of Duncan to the screen. He can't get it. That ball just caught the screen. And Leffery has a life. Last time up he popped up. And that time it just did get back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Let's see how many hits for Pete Ward this season. That's 10 hits for Pete Ward, and he's had 2 triples. What a bounce that ball took. It looked as if at first it was heading for the alley, but Mundy got right over there, but then the ball just jumped straight up and over his head. The windup, the 0-1 pitch to Leffery. He takes a curve in there. Strike 2. It's 0-2. So the Yankees have sent 5 men up. They've had 3 line drive singles and 1 triple. They lead 2-1, bottom of the 4th inning. Pete Ward down the line at third. The 0-2 pitch to Leffery. Fastball racked. It's going to be fair or foul. It's out of here. It is a fair ball to home run. Leffery has hit a line drive home run into the right field seat, his second in 2 days, and the Yankees lead it 4-1. Right now in Yankee baseball, let's pause for station identification.
This is Shannon in the morning, coming your way Monday through Saturday, 5:30 to 10, here on the fresh air sound of Radio 81, WGY Schenectady.
Gene Michael has taken strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And the Yankees have unloaded here in the bottom of the 4th. The next pitch to Michael, swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. Well, they say it's a game of inches. Leffery had actually popped up, and the ball just did catch the screen as Duncan waited for it to come down. And then he hits a home run, a wicked line drive shot inside the right field foul pole. Michael takes inside for ball 1. He's brushed back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Catfish Hunter, looking for win number 14, has been spanked here in the 4th inning. 3 singles, a triple, and a home run. Here it comes. High, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Hunter goes into the windup. And the pitch. Michael swings. Little fly ball hit down the left field line. Coming over to Alou. Right over near the stands in the corner. He one-hands it for the out. Nice play by Alou. The side's retired. A fair ball and an out. For the Yankees, 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it's the Yankees 4, the Athletics 1.
Friends, Romans, and Kelly men, lend me your ears. Now you can save up to 50% during Kelly's semi-annual sale. It's an event worth waiting for. Now you have the chance to save 20 to 50% during Kelly's semi-annual sale. This is not just a pick selection, but Kelly Clothes' complete summer lineup of famous brand suits, sport coats, and slacks. This is the time to highlight your summer wardrobe and save 20 to 50% during Kelly's semi-annual sale of their complete stock. Come to Kelly Clothes for outstanding savings on men's suits, sport coats, and slacks during their big semi-annual sale that's on now. Use your Master Charge, AmeriCard, or Kelly Charge. Shop Kelly Clothes, 621 River Street in Troy. Summer hours, Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 5:30. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Closed Saturdays.
Back here at Yankee Stadium, it's 4-1. The Yankees have taken the lead over Catfish Hunter. And now Mel Stottlemyre goes out to the mound, hoping to get his record above the 500 mark. Mel has now been staked to a 3-run lead as the Yankee big bats unloaded. Both men gotten by the Yankees in the offseason. In fact, the 3-base hit. Cater, Pete Ward, and Kurt Blefary, all first-year members of the New York Yankees. All right, top half of the 5th inning, and Don Mincher, who was called out on strike, steps in. Stottlemyre delivers a slow curve high for ball 1. Oakland has had 3 hits off Stottlemyre, but Mel's retired the last 5 men in a row. Pitch is swung on and hit on the ground to Horace Clark. Comes in, gets it shoe high, underhands it to Pete Ward, and there's 1 out. Mincher grounds out to Horace Clark for the first out here in the top half of the 5th inning. 1 up and 1 down. Dave Duncan, the catcher, hit back to the boxes last time up. Yankees 4 and the Athletics 1, bottom half of the 4th inning.
Oh, I heard that story years.
Stottlemyre into the windup. Here's the pitch. Sinker pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. On the scoreboard, Baltimore leads Minnesota 1-0 after 3. California laying it on the center to 6-0 after 5. The windup. The pitch to Duncan, swinging a bounce to the third. Big hop for Cater. Looks at the ball, throws to first, 2 out. 2 up and 2 down, and Stottlemyre is picked up where he left off in the All-Star game. Pitched fine ball for the American League. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Tony La Russa. Young second baseman grounded out to shortstop his first time out. Stottlemyre has now retired 7 in a row, 8 if you count an attempted steal to start the string back in the 3rd inning. The windup and the pitch. Low for ball 1. So he's retired 7 batters in a row. 1 ball and no strike. Yankees lead it 4-1 as they got 4 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. An inning featuring a triple and a home run. Here's the pitch. In there for the called strike is 1-1. The 3 newest Yankees drove in the lead run. Cater, Pete Ward, and Kurt Blefary. Here's the pitch. Curve hit on the ground out to shortstop. Gene Michael has it. Straightens up. Throws him out, and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on in the top of the 5th. At the end of 4 1/2, it's the Yankees 4 and Oakland 1.
Recently, you may have received a new credit card through the mail. Across the top is the name ARCO, A-R-C-O. You may have noticed the name Atlantic on the card in smaller type. This new ARCO card is the same as the old Atlantic credit card. Your new ARCO credit card is good for all the things you get at your Atlantic service station, plus some new things. After Richfield and Atlantic merged to form the Atlantic Richfield Company, it seemed to make sense to have one national credit card honored at thousands of service stations from coast to coast. The name chosen was ARCO. This new card has lots of friends. It'll pay for your rental car at Hertz or your food and lodging at any Ramada or Treadway Inn, Hyatt House Motel, Hyatt Lodge, Travel Lodge, Friendship Inn, Emmons Walker Inns Incorporated, or Superior Motel. All these people now just have one name to remember. ARCO, A-R-C-O.
Yankees with a 3-run lead as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. And Mel Stottlemyre leads it off, and here's Bob.
All right, Mel getting a nice hand from the crowd as he steps in. Stottlemyre, first time up, grounded out to first base as Don Mincher made a fine play. Stottlemyre is now 10 for 49. He swings and he misses strike one. No balls and one strike. Mel still slightly above the 200 mark. If he makes out here, it'll be a flat 200. Here's the pitch. Curve outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Yankees 4, Oakland 1, bottom of the 5th. Last appearance of the season for the colorful A's here tomorrow. Swing and a ground ball foul outside of third, down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Boston leading Milwaukee 3-1 after 5. Red Sox on the heels of the Yankees, a game and a half away. Curve, strike 3, it's called, and Mel Stottlemyre is called out on strikes. First out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And back to the top of the order, and Horace Clarke. Clarke grounded to second base in the first pitch of the ball game by Catfish Hunter. And then he tried to bunt his last time up, but he popped out to Don Mincher. 2 outs. Yankees leading it by a score of 4-1, bottom half of the 5th inning. Horace Clarke 0 for 2. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Catfish kicks, delivers. Curve in there. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Catfish has been tough in every inning but the last. Yankees took batting practice last inning. 3 singles, a triple, and a home run. They scored 4. Here's the pitch. Curve popped up. High over the infield. Here comes Mincher from first. Right in. Coming in, and he makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Thurman Munson, who led off the Yankee rally with a line drive base hit in the 4th inning. First time up, he grounded out to short on an 0-2 pitch. What a catcher this man is going to be over the years for the Yankees in the decade of the 70s. He'll be there. Brought his batting average over the 260 mark with that last base hit. Here's the pitch. Inside, did it hit him? Down he goes. I believe he did get hit. I believe he got hit on the hand. Still no signal from Ed Runge. But now Munson trots on down to first base. He was hit by the pitch. The bat was dropped right at home plate. And that could be a tough injury right after we tell you this man will be there for the decade of the 70s. You hate to see a catcher get hit around the hand. And here comes Joe Soares, the Yankee trainer, and manager Ralph Houk. He's not the type of guy to make a big deal out of an injury, Thurman Munson, and so you can never tell. Phil, what do you see?
Well, he was hit on both of his arms, just above the left wrist, and it glanced off and hit him off the right forearm. But as you said, Bob, he's got quite a mark there. That's why Elston Howard called Ralph Houk and Joe Soares out. But as you mentioned, we have seen Munson get hit a lot harder than that, and he will not rub, and he's hanging in there again.
All right, Munson stays in, and Joe Soares, Ralph Houk go back to the dugout. In the meantime, Sal Bando has come over to talk to the Catfish. That's the 6th time that Munson's been hit by a pitch. Mercer the batter. The pitch to Bobby. A curve, strike 1. Bobby hit the first pitch for a solid single to right field his last time up. And the first time up, he got a base hit and stole a base. So Bobby is 2 for 2. Munson with the lead. There he goes. The pitch swung on, and is it fouled? It is. Fouled right behind home plate, and Munson will have to go back. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, Munson gets hit for the 6th time, and he didn't waste any time in going down to second, did he, Phil?
Nope. Instead, he has either got great recuperative powers or he just doesn't get hurt easily.
Unbelievable. No balls and 2 strikes to Mercer. Bobby looks as if he's settling in for another big homestand. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Right now he's in a hole, 0-2. Catfish backs off the rubber. Now he gets back on. No balls, 2 strikes. Munson ready to run. The pitch to Mercer. Long drive. It's gone if it's fair. It is foul. Wow. Bobby Mercer put the wood to that one. Referee stayed fair, and this one went foul, and they were both hit equally as hard. This one was higher and went further back. A wicked shot. 0-2. Bobby's got one more swing left. The stretch. There goes Munson. It's a pitch out. The throw to second base. Munson is safe anyhow. The throw is to the first base side, and Munson made a perfect hook slide around the attempted tag by Bert Campaneris. A stolen base for Thurman Munson after being hit by a pitch. Talk about coming back. And you rarely see that on an 0-2 pitch.
That's absolutely right, and you figure that he's going to pitch out, especially when the guy has run once already.
The stretch. Here it comes, way outside, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bobby Mercer. Mercer has 15 homers, but he got 4 of those in one day. 4 consecutive home runs in a doubleheader here against Cleveland. 2-2, the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curve, swing and a miss, strike 3. So the side's retired. For the New York Yankees, the bottom half of the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at the end of 5. It's the Yankees 4, the Athletics 1.
The Arctic tundra, 12 inches of vegetation covering frozen ground 1,000 feet deep. When Atlantic Richfield Company discovered oil on Alaska's North Slope, the place we call the Arco Circle, we found out if you disturb the tundra, you cause erosion. A tire track can cause a 50-foot gorge. We stopped driving our trucks across it and started experiments with 13 different kinds of grass seed, so that if erosion occurred, we'd be ready. The seeding has to be done by hand. The fertilizing has to be done by helicopters, and the grasses will have to be incredibly hardy to make it. But if they do, there will be a way to protect the delicate tundra forever. At Atlantic Richfield Company, we're doing this because we believe drilling for oil and conservation go together. We went all the way to Alaska to drill for oil, so we can provide your local Atlantic dealer with the finest Arco petroleum products for your car.
The Yankees winning that big second game yesterday, Bob Gamere, after losing that tough first game. And you know, it's always tough to come back when you lose the first game for Twin Bell, but when you're able to bounce back and win that second game and then go on, now they're leading 4-1 here, it could be the start of something big.
And Steve Klein going tomorrow afternoon, and if you saw the ball game on TV from down in Washington, you know what Steve has. Come on out and see the youngster with his first Yankee Stadium appearance tomorrow afternoon. Yankees lead it here, 4-1. This game far from over. Top half of the 6th inning. Catfish Hunter, the first batter on the top of the 6th, and he takes the pitch for the called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch is a line drive, hit out to second base, and Horace Clark makes the catch for the first out. That was Joe Rudy, pinch hitting for Catfish Hunter, and he lines out to Horace Clark for the first out in the top half of the 6th inning. 1 out, and Bert Campaneris will be the batter. 1 out, and Campaneris steps in. Campaneris is 1 for 2. Singled his first time up and was picked off first. And then he popped out to the catcher. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curveball in there for the called strike. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1, the count to Campaneris. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curve swung on and missed, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on Campaneris. 1 out, nobody on. Top half of the 6th inning. It's 4-1 Yankees. So the Yankees have gotten rid of Catfish Hunter. Here's the windup and the pitch. Inside for a ball, and it's 1-2. Next pitch hit on the ground. Foul outside of third, and the count holds 1-2 strikes. 1 out, top half of the 6th inning. The Yankees lead it by a score of 4-1. Stottlemyre into the windup. The pitch swung on, popped up behind home plate. Munson looking for the ball. Off with the mask. Caught by the umpire, and Munson catches the ball. How do you like that? Ed Ruggie caught the mask on the fly just as Munson was catching the baseball. The one you put down in the book is the one that Munson caught, but you rarely see that.
Well, those umpires are on the alert for that now because some catchers really throw the mask hard. Munson, thankfully, just threw it easily.
2 outs, and Rick Monday steps in. Yankees lead it 4-1. Stottlemyre mowing him down here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on ground ball back through the box out over second and into center field. Is a base hit for Rick Monday. Ball picked up in center field by Bobby Mercer. Throws it into Horace Clark, and it's a base hit. That's the first hit for the Athletics since Catfish Hunter got a single back in the 3rd inning. Stottlemyre had retired 10 batters in a row. 2 outs, and here's Reggie Jackson. Always dangerous. Yankees lead it 4-1. Jackson steps up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Stottlemyre goes to the bell. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count on Jackson. Stottlemyre to the bell, checks the runner, delivers. Fastball low for ball 2. It's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Mel hasn't walked anybody in the ball game. Yankees lead it 4-1 in the top half of the 6th inning. An absolutely perfect night for baseball. Nice crowd on hand, too, here at the stadium. I'd say about 20,000. 2 balls and no strikes. The lead by Monday. The pitch to Jackson, hit on the ground, wide of first, half speed one. Horace Clark has it, slips to Stottlemyre. He's out, got him. What a play. Stottlemyre was bowled over. Off went his cap, but he held on to the ball. Horace threw that one underhand, and Stottlemyre would probably like to throw the glove at him because an overhand throw, and Mel might have been able to have it and not get hit from behind, but he had to hesitate and wait for that ball to come down, and he got clobbered as Reggie Jackson tried to shake the ball loose and also step on the base. But he didn't do it, and the Yankees get out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees 4, the Athletics 1.
Come get these good deals for your good meals. Where A&B brands and other great brands are always in good company. Come to your good meals company. Good deals company. The great A&B.
Where you save every shopping day. One terrific weekend money saver, a big A&P chicken sale. Whole broiling and frying chickens, 33 cents a pound. Plump, meaty roasting chickens, 39 cents a pound. And A&P, remember, sells one quality only. Top quality. U.S. government-inspected chickens. Guaranteed delicious or money back. Stock up. They're great cooked indoors, great for the grill. Whole broiling and frying chickens, 33 cents a pound. Roasting chickens, 39 cents a pound. For mealtime, for picnic sandwiches, A&P's Jane Parker white bread. 4 one-pound loaves, 89 cents.
Come to your good meals company. Good deals company. The great A&P.
Well, the new pitcher for the Oakland Athletics is Marcel Latchman as we get set for the bottom half of the 6th inning. .6'1" 180 pounds. Marcel Latchman, Lachemannn. Last year with Oakland, he had a record of 4 wins and 1 loss. This year, he is 1-0. First pitch to Roy White is a curveball inside for ball 1. He's 1-0, but he has a good earned run average of 2.27. 31 2/3 innings. He's given up 28 hits, 8 runs, He's walked only 8 and struck out 24. Sidearm and delivers ground ball past the mound out to Campaneris. Shortstop with a high throw. In time, and there's one out. 1 up and 1 down. Roy White grounds out to short. Roy is now 0 for 3 for the night. Bring up Danny Cater, who got a big hit for the Yankees. They were trailing 1-0 with 2 outs and a runner on second. And Danny got a base hit in the 4th inning to tie it up. He scored to put the Yankees ahead on Pete Ward's triple. And then Ward scored on Kurt Leffrey's home run. Danny Cater, 1 for 2. Side-on pitch, hit foul, out of play, first base side, strike 1. Latchman is the side-arming right-hander. But side-on pitches have not bothered Cater so far this year. He's been able to hit them. No balls and 1 strike. Danny just stands up there like he's on a Sunday afternoon stroll or something, and then just whips the bat. Pitch inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-1, the Yankees lead it. Bottom half of the 6th inning. I see Ralph House got an award before the game, Phil.
Yes, he did, from the Knights of Pythias.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer inside third. It's fair ball down the line. Coming over to get it is Alou. Cater around first on his way to second. Here comes Cater. Here comes Alou's throw. He slides. He is safe. And that was close. A real close play at second base. And LaRusse is talking to umpire Tom Haller about it. But he really doesn't have his heart in the argument. I think he might have missed the tag.
I think so. It was a good fadeaway slide by Danny Cater. But you know something, Bob? Now we have seen each of the outfielders make a throw, and a strong throw.
I tell you, they got some outfield. You talk about Alou, Monday, and Jackson. Hey, those fellas can play ball, and you mentioned the throwing. Everyone knows that the 3 of them can hit. Here's Pete Ward. Hero yesterday with a single and double. Today he's gotten a triple. It was a big one that gave the Yankees the lead. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 on the inside corner. 0-1. On second base is Danny Cater with 1 out. Yankees leading at 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Pete Ward with 10 hits now. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Peter's had 10 hits and 44 at-bats. I'll tell you something, too. His pinch hitting hasn't been that good, but when he's gotten into the lineup he's been hitting, pinch hitting has pulled down his average. Here's the stretch by Lackman. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball way up in the air out to left center. Left fielder Alou is waiting, still waiting, and now he makes the catch. Danny Cater back to second. 2 out. Here's Kurt Leffrey, who hit a home run his last time up, his second in 2 days, and the 100th of his major league career. Yankees 4 and the Athletics 1, bottom half of the 6th inning. Marcel Latchman on the mound, goes to the belt. The pitch to Leffrey, low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. Leffrey now with 6 home runs. He hit a wicked line drive just inside that foul ball. 1-0 the count. The stretch. Here it comes. It's inside, and it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count on Kurt. And now they're going to walk Leffrey on purpose. There's ball 3 outside. Gene Michael is the next batter for the Yankees. Dave Duncan holds the glove wide, and Latchman puts it in there for ball 4. So if Leffrey draws a base on balls, that's an intentional walk, and it is the first walk of the night. The first walk of the ball game, either way. 2 outs, and the batter will be Gene Michael. Danny Cater on second. Kurt Leffrey on first with 2 outs. The stretch, the pitch to Gene, swinging a foul, strike 1. Gene made a bid for an extra base hit down the left field line his first time up, but Alou went right over in the corner and made a one-handed catch. 0-1 the count to Michael. One ball and 1 strike. Yankees leading at 4-1, bottom half of the sixth. 2 on and 2 out. Blackman, the 29-year-old sidearmer. He delivers the ball, hit out towards left field, right to Alou. He's waiting for it, and he makes the catch, and the side's retired. So the Yankees make a bid, but no dice, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left. After 6 complete, it's the Yankees 4 and the Athletics 1. Now for the rundown on the scoreboard, and they carry you through the rest of the way, the Scooter himself, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, on the scoreboard, at the end of 4 innings now, it's the Orioles 2 and the Twins nothing. Set against Harden. California at Washington, it's the Angels 7 and the Senators nothing at the end of 6.5. Clyde Wright, who has a no-hitter this year, going for the Angels. Cox started, Jackie Brown, and then Such is in there. Fregosi has had 2 homers, his 16th and 17th of the year. Boston 3, Milwaukee 1 end of 5.5. Humphreys against Kuntz. Detroit scored 2 in the top of the first. White Sox batting. Denny McLean against Tommy John. Cleveland 1, Kansas City nothing end of 3.5. Dunning against Johnson. At the National League, the Mets are at Los Angeles later on tonight. Cincinnati 3 and the Pirates 1 at the end of 4.5. Simpson against Pena. Stanguin got his 6th home run of the year in the 4th for the Pirates. Atlanta failed to score in the top of the first. Cardinals batting Stone against Bryles. Cubs nothing, Houston nothing end of 3. Jenkins against Dierker. Montreal at San Francisco, and Philadelphia at San Diego later on. At third base is Jerry Kenney. Danny Cater has moved to first base. Jimmy Lytle has gone into play right field. So Mel Stottlemyre will be pitching to Sal Bando, who has reached on an error and bounced out to second base. Mel winds. His pitch is a curve over, strike 1 call. 1 ball. They got 1 ball up there. They see him call a strike. There's a pitch blown away. And now it's 1-1. A little tricky out in the scoreboard. 1-1 the count. Mel winds again. Curve swing and a miss on a good sidearm curve by Stottlemyre. Ball and 2 strikes. Yankees 4 and Oakland 1 in the top of the 7th. Overhand curve fouled back to the screen. Just did get a piece of it. Oh, Mel Stottlemyre touched up for a run in the first inning, an unearned run, we might add, and has settled down after that. Pitch is hitting the shallow left field. Michael back. He'll have to go to get it. White can't reach it, but Michael makes the catch. Nice play by Gene. Roy White too deep to come in and make that play, and Michael went back, stumbled just before he got to the ball, but made the play. And right now we pause for station identification.
This is your guy, High Agent. Join me for your kind of music, weekdays, 3 to 7, here on the fresh air sound of Radio 81, WGY Schenectady.
All right, here is Felipe Alou. Hit to the box and struck out. Check swing foul. To the left of the plate, strike 1. Really would be something to have all 3 Alou brothers in the same outfield, Matty and Jesus, along with Felipe here. And they are 3 fine big league ball players. Side-on pitch, bounce foul at the plate, strike 2, 0-2.
You know, Phil, there's a chance that the Boston Red Sox, one of these first years, would have the 3 Canigliaro brothers in their outfield. They have Tony and Billy now, and there's a younger brother, I'm told, is an excellent prospect.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take Yastrzemski and Reggie Smith off their hands so they can have 3 Canigliaros out there, Frank. Curve is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But that would be something. I didn't know there was another younger Canigliaro.
Younger brother, I'm told, is a very fine prospect.
All right, the 1-2 pitch, line to right center. That's in for a base hit. Could be extra bases. And Alou around first and then holds on as Jimmy Lytle comes up and fires that ball in a strike. Jimmy Lytle come over, cutting across to keep that ball from going up the alley and holds Alou to a long single. Fine play by Jimmy. That's base hit number 5. Off Stottlemyre, and now Don Mincher, who has struck out and bounced to second. So Kurt Bluffray out of the ball game, and Kurt did a great job while he was in there. A 2-run home run, an intentional walk. Pitch to Mincher on the outside corner, strike 1 call. On deck, Dave Duncan. 1 man out. 4-1 Yankees lead. Pitch foul off the end of the bat, back to the screen, 0-2. He scored in the first inning. The Yankees came up with 4 big ones in the bottom of the 4th. Left hand hitting Don Mincher. The stretch. The pitch is lined up, base hit to left center field. Raw White to his left. Alou's around second. He's going for third. Gets by White. And Mincher's going to try for second. Here's the throw. They got him. And he's out at second base. Fine backup play by Bobby Mercer as the ball got by Roy White. Now, I do not believe there'll be an error on the play because Alou would have gotten the third anyway. And Mercer backing up beautifully through a strike to Horace Clark, who put the tag on Don Mincher trying to advance from first to second. That goes a single. And Bobby Mercer getting another assist.
That's his 11th for the year, Phil, and he's come up with some fine plays, shown a fine throwing arm out there in center field.
Oh, I'll tell you, he has got to be the most improved outfielder in the big leagues this year. A big break for Mel Stottlemyre and the Yankees. Instead of runners at second and third and 1 out, there's a runner at third and 2 out. And the hitter, Dave Duncan, who has hit to the box and bounced to third. A right-hand batter. Stottlemyre's pitch is a curved swing and a miss, strike 1. The Yankees are leading. We're in the top of the 7th. Stottlemyre winds again. Sinker a little bit low, and the count is even at 1-1. Bell checks the runner at third. Curveball bounced slowly to third. Kenny in. Gets the big hop. Fires to first. In time. Just in time. And so, good defensive work by the Yankees. For the A's, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. And at the end of 6 1/2, it's the Yankees 4, Oakland 1.
Charles Featherswipe here, inviting you to come to Schenectady Trust, where you'll get the fastest loans in town. Okay, but we're talking about fast loan service. Yeah, good point. Is it really nice to get a loan at Schenectady Trust? Sure. They approve probably more loans than any other bank around. They try to look at a loan from your point of view. How about an auto loan? The rates are low, and payments can be automatically deducted from your checking account. And how about home improvement loans or personal loans? Sure. They have all types of loans. There's even life insurance to cover the balance. You thinking about getting a loan? Yeah. Can I spare $5 possibly? Nice guy. This is Charles Featherswipe inviting you to come to Schenectady Trust, where you can get the fastest loan in town. As a member of the FDIC...
Well, the Yankees were swinging the bats in the 4th inning. Singles by Munson and Mercer and Cater. A triple by Ward and a home run by Bluffray. Wound up in 4 runs.
And Sunday afternoon, the Yankees will be trying to swing the bats against the California Angels, and they'll also be giving bats away because that will be the second bat day of the year, Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
All right, Frank, here is Mel Stottlemyre, who takes his sidearm fastball high, ball one. Catfish Hunter started the ball game, worked the first 5 innings, and gave up 6 hits and all 4 Yankee runs. Mel takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Marcel Latchman in relief of Catfish Hunter out on the mound. It's a bouncer foul outside of third. Dick Hauser will get it in the coaching box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They have 3 pitchers with very colorful names, Frank. Right? Don't they have Mudcat Grant, Catfish Hunter, oh yeah, and Blue Moon Odom. I like nicknames. Swing and a miss. Stottlemyre's out of there.
I guess still in their farm system in the organization, Vida Blue.
Vida Blue.
Would you like this brother battery? Of course, there are 2 Latchman brothers, Marcel pitching here, and Rene Latchman, who I believe is still in the A's organization. He's a catcher.
Bunt attempt by Clark, a good one. Latchman up with it. Flips, not in time. He thought he had the ball in his glove and flipped his glove towards first, but the ball wasn't in it. And that will go as a base hit. That's as pretty a drag bunt as Clark has ever laid down. So Horace gets himself a bunt single, and he might start doing that a little more often now. With his speed, it's a wonder he hasn't.
He tried it yesterday, tried to get a base hit that way. I had to Horace Clark yesterday in a clinic here at Yankee Stadium, and he was telling the kids there that if they're fast, getting the batting slump, try to bunt for the base hit. He tried it yesterday and backfired on him. I think he fouled it off, but now he does, and he gets his first hit of this series.
Right. Well, actually, he tried it a little earlier, his last time up, and it hit that little soft fly to Mincher. Had he gotten it down, he'd had another base hit.
Right.
Because he is fast. Well, that's good advice for the youngsters. I'm glad to see Horace dishing it out. Now Munson bounced to short, single to right, and was hit with a pitch ball, has stolen a base. Pitch out, nobody going, though, and it's ball 1. So Thurman Munson, who started the Yankee rally in the 4th inning when he singled, and then was hit and hit real hard in the 5th inning, but stayed in the ball game. He's a real tiger, that Munson. 4-1, Yankees lead. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. The stretch and the pitch, bouncer just foul outside of third, just missed hitting the bag. 1-1. On deck, Bobby Mercer. All right, looking in for the sign is Latchman. Clark leads away. Another pitch out, but he was not going. Actually, that ball was over the plate but high. Both of Latchman's pitch outs have not been very far outside of the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike. So now the Yankees might try something. Have Clark running. And or possible hit and run. Here's the stretch. Clark goes. Look out. And that hit the bat on Munson. I think that might have hit Thurman Munson. He is down on the ground. And he is really shaken up. Munson, who was hit earlier, is down. Ralph Houck out. Joe Torre's out. Elston Howard and Dick Hauser out. And that's the 7th time this year that Munson has been hit. And Thurman is down on the ground. And he is shaken up, but he is getting up under his own power. And let's see, he is up and he is talking. And it looks like he's all right. And again, he's running down to first base. Talk about your Iron Men. This Thurman Munson's got to be one of them. tell where he was hit, Frank.
I don't know, Phil, whether it got him in the back of the helmet or down on the neck. I just couldn't tell. They had a playback on the TV. If they have another one, maybe we'll be able to pick it up. I didn't see the playback then. We were alerted just about a second too late.
Well, I said it, that Munson will not rub. The last time he got hit, he just wouldn't rub till Joe Soares got out there. And right now he's standing out at first base with Elston Howard. And looks like we might have a pitching change. Yep, he's called for somebody, Frank.
He's calling for a left-hander. That's John McNamara out there. Munson, the first time, appeared to get hit on the left forearm. That was by Catfish Hunter. Munson, the first couple of times up, Hunter pitched him away. Then his last time up, he pitched him in, and Munson was leaning in for an outside pitch. Couldn't get back out of the way of an inside fastball that got him apparently on the left forearm. And this time it got him somewhere around the back of the neck or the back of the head.
Frank, it's a funny thing, but the way he stands, he is rubbing his right shoulder. Now, I don't know whether that has any significance or not. We're going to have to wait. He just will not rub and let us know where he got hit.
Well, the new pitcher will be Paul Lindblad, a left-hander. Phil and I both keeping an eye on Munson down there at first base as he talks to Coach Elston Howard. As Phil told you, it was the 7th time this year Munson has been hit by a pitched ball, and he's hit by pitches in back-to-back appearances here. So Marcel Latchman pitches 1 1/3 innings. He allowed 2 base hits, walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 1. And now with runners at first and second and the left-hand hitting Bobby Mercer up for the Yankees, John McNamara, the Oakland manager, goes for left-hander Paul Lindblad. Lindblad has a record of 3-1. He's been in 32 ball games, all in relief. He is the short relief left-hander for the Oakland A's. He's been in 32 games but pitched only 35 innings. He's given up 29 hits, walked 13, struck out 21. Has been credited with only 1 save. He gets another warm-up toss, and Mercer will step in against him. Looking, Phil, to see if Lindblad has been in against the Yankees. Only 1 game this year. He pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, including a home run by Roy White. That was that 3-run that night that Roy had the 2 3-run homers.
Right, all right. The pitch to Bobby Mercer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bobby was going for that first pitch, and Lindblad threw him a breaking pitch. Mercer has singled twice, has stolen a base, and has scored a run. Yankees lead 4-1. Have runners at first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Lindblad delivers a hard grounder, but just foul. And a nice play by the ball boy down there. That's about the second one he's caught all year. You got to give him credit for trying. He's out there, digs in, but he wears a catcher's glove, and it's pretty tough to catch those ground fouls with a catcher's glove. Felipe Alou is really playing shallow for Bobby Mercer in left field. He's moving back a couple of steps now. I think he realizes he's in too far. Lindblad delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3 on 3 pitches. Mercer is struck out. And that's the second time Bobby has been struck out now in the ball game, and it brings up Roy White. Roy has bounced to second, fly to center, and bounced to short. Two men out on deck, Danny Cater. On the inside corner, strike 1 of Roy White, who just turns around now and bats right-handed against the left-hander Lindblad. Clark leads off second. Munson off first. Lindblad kicks, delivers just a little bit low. That was a good screwball by Lindblad. 1-1 the count. The stretch and the pitch on the inside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Munson at first, Clark at second, 2 men out. 4-1, the Yankees lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Lindblad sets. His pitch, check swing, and it's low. He's really turning that screwball over, really dipping down. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Yankees have 8 hits tonight. Roy White looking for his first one tonight. Just outside. Full count, and so the runners will be going. That was a mighty close pitch. But Roy White really looked it over. 3-2. Clark and Munson will be off with the pitch. Ready, the runners go. The pitch is low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And with the bases loaded, up steps Danny Cater. Bases loaded, Danny Cater, who has bounced to short, singled and doubled, has scored a run and driven in a run. Danny got one of the big hits in this ball game with 2 out in the 4th inning. He singled to drive in the Yankees' first run of the game. Danny Cater has 2 grand slam home runs to his credit. Anytime a hitter gets up with the bases loaded, there is a possibility. Or you just like to check and see. The pitch to Cater. Low, beautiful block by the catcher Duncan on a screwball in the dirt. Had all the earmarks of a wild pitch and at least 1, possibly 2 runs scoring on it. But Duncan made a great save.
You talk about possibly 2. The lead that Munson had out there at second base, he was about halfway to third. He would have had a good chance of scoring if that ball had come through.
That he was. That Munson is a real hustler. And with White at first, you never know the way he can run. Look at that Munson go. The pitch popped up in a shallow right center. Going back is La Russa. He's under it and makes the catch. So the threat goes by the boards. No runs, a base hit, no errors, 3 men left. And at the end of 7 full innings, it's the Yankees 4 and Oakland 1.
Well, in this ball game tonight, and every time you come out to Yankee Stadium, you'll have a chance to see Yankee stars of the future. Young fellows like Thurman Munson, Bobby Mercer, John Ellis, and others. And on Saturday, August 8th, you'll have a chance to see the Yankee stars of the past, because Saturday, August 8th has been designated as the 1970 Yankees Old Timers Day. In addition to the Old Timers, the Yankees will be playing the Baltimore Orioles. And as an added incentive, since Casey Stengel will be honored on Old Timers Day, everyone attending the ball game will be presented a mod poster of Casey Stengel's Yankee All-Stars as selected by the New York baseball writers. So it's going to be a big fun day on Saturday, August 8th. We'd suggest that you make your reservations and get your tickets well in advance. We have a final score from Washington. California has shut out the Washington Senators 10-0. California Angels 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors. The Senators no runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. Clyde Wright, the winner, he wins his 13th. He's lost 6. And Casey Cox is the loser. He is 5-7. Steve Hobley now comes on as a pinch hitter for the Oakland Athletics. He'll be batting for the second baseman, Tony La Russa. Steve Hobley, a left-hand hitter.
All right, Hobley the batter and Stottlemyre the pitcher. The Yankees leading 4-1. And Stottlemyre turns back, and Ed Runge turns around. They had a big light on up here. Guess there was a commercial on TV, and it was bothering Stottlemyre. They had to turn it off. And there's strike one to Hobley. On deck, Tommy Davis, who will be batting for Lindblad. Line drive off the glove of Clark in the right center base hit. I want to tell you, that ball was hit. And a good play by Mercer. What a... Bobby Mercer, coming in the gap in right center, picked it up with his glove hand, wheeled around, and while he was wheeling around, threw a strike into second base to Gene Michael. I tell you, that Mercer is playing some kind of defensive center field. Well, that Hobley hit a ball you couldn't hit much harder. All right, Tommy Davis, the batter. Hobley at first base. Stretched by Stottlemyre. Pitch, and Tommy was going to bunt. Takes it low, ball one. Jerry Kenny playing him deep at third base. Nobody out. 4-1. Yankees lead. Top of the eighth. Stottlemyre's pitch is low, ball 2-0. And now Munson is running out to talk with Stottlemyre. And only in the first inning did the A's have more than one man on base at any one time. In the seventh inning, they would have had two men on, but Mincher was cut down trying to stretch a single into a double. The pitch, he takes it in there. 2 balls and a strike. Again, he bluffed a bunt, and again, Jerry Kenny did not come in, figuring that Davis is bluffing the bunt. See how many times he cries, "Wolf." Remember that story when you were a kid? The pitch, and he was going to bunt again and took it right down the middle, 2-2. Is that the name of it, Sandy, the boy who cried wolf? He used to kid around and say the wolf is coming, and people would come and he'd say I was only a fool, and then when the wolf really came, they didn't come. How did he get out of that? Oh, that was a... He ate all the sheep up. That's right. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Line drive. Michael has it. Go to first. Not in time as Hobley dives back head first. So Tommy Davis hit a line drive bullet to Gene Michael. But Gene was right on the spot. 1 out. And now Bert Campanera, single to left center in the first, and picked off first base. A good move by Stottlemyre. And twice has fouled to the catcher. 4-1, Yankees lead, top of the eighth. Hobley at first. Mel sets, his curve is popped up. Jerry Kenny at third base in foul territory. Pounds the glove, makes the catch, and it's 2 away. And that will bring up Rick Monday. Monday is 2 for 3 tonight. Single to left, single to center, and hit into a force play. Rick Monday 5 for 8 in this series so far. And he's gotten quite a few hits to the opposite field. 2 out. Yankees 4, Oakland 1. Stottlemyre steps back, checks the runner at first. Pitch to Monday is low, knocked down nicely by Munson, ball 1. Rick Monday, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. Stottlemyre steps back again, checks the sign with Munson. Now the stretch. And the pitch, low and away, ball 2-0. Play Mundy straight away. As we told you, he can hit to all fields. 2-0 pitch on the outside corner, 2-1.
Stottlemyre has to respect him. Even though he was behind 2-0, he didn't groove one right down the middle. He was still nibbling at that outside corner.
Yes, sir. When you got a hot hitter coming up there against you, anything is liable to happen. As we told you, Mundy is hot in this series. Hobley leads off first. The pitch, a bounce into second base, right at Clark. Big hop, but he's got it. Throws to Michael for the force play. And for the A's, no runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. At the end of 7 1/2, it's New York 4, Oakland 1.
Well, the summer moving right along, and if you haven't had a big summer outing yet, it's time to get started on planning one. Why don't you investigate the facilities of the most famous of all ballparks, Yankee Stadium? Now, whether you're out for fun or recreation, employee party nights, or charitable benefits, or just getting the neighborhood gang together for a night, there's nothing quite like a Yankee ball game. Box and reserve seats are available to you, and here's an added plus. Yankee Stadium is one of the few places where you can bring the kids along. No group is too small and no party too large. So while good seats are still available for most games, we urge you to write for a free booklet. Or if you wish, feel free to contact the group sales department by telephone. Call area code 212-293-6000. That's 212-293-6000. Make this year's outing a combination of good fellowship and good baseball. Well, here are the changes for the Oakland A's. Dick Green comes on to play second base. Tony La Russa left the ball game for the pinch hit efforts of Steve Hobley. So Dick Green will be at second, and the pitcher will be right-hander Bob Locker. Bob Locker was purchased from Milwaukee on June 15th by the Oakland A's. He has a record of 1-1 and an earned run average of 2.52. He has won his only decision for the A's. He lost his only one at Milwaukee. He's been in 37 games, all in relief, and owns an earned run average of 2.52. So Bob Locker on the pitch. Let's see if Locker has been in against the Yankees this year, and if so, what he has done. He's always been, I've always liked him, Phil. I'll put it that way. Locker, in the games I've seen him in, has usually done a pretty good job.
I think he was, but wasn't he with another club against the Yankees this year? Has he been traded this year twice?
Just once. Yes. He was with Milwaukee to start off. He has not been in against the Yankees since being purchased. Actually, it was, I'm told, just a straight purchase.
All right, when you find that, right now Jimmy Lytle is up there. Jimmy is 2 for 4 on the year. Locker's pitch, swing and a miss, strike one.
He's been in 4 games against the Yankees, all with Milwaukee, and has no decision.
All right. He's a tough pitcher in that his ball moves an awful lot. Sinkers and sliders. A little low with that one, and it's 1-1. So Jimmy Lytle, who has done quite a job filling in, as we told you, batting .500 at bat 4 times, 2 hits. Left-hand batter. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's pitching Lytle away. Let's see if Jimmy now will go with the pitch. And again, Alou playing quite shallow in left field. Dick Green, as Frank told you, at second base now, in place of La Russa. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And right now we pause for station identification.
This is Harry Downey bringing the Upside Down game your way weekdays 10 to 3 here on the Fresh Air Sound of Radio 81 WGY Schenectady.
All right, Jerry Kenney now up for his first time at bat in the ball game. Jerry hitting in Bluffrey's spot in the order. Kurt, while he was in there, had a 2-run homer. He hit a line drive into those right field seats and then had an intentional walk in the 6th. And for Bluffrey, it was home run number 6 on the year. Kurt still insists he's going to lead all Yankee hitters in home runs before this year is out. Keeps hitting like that, you got to believe him. 1-0 pitch to Kenny. Lined up, base hit into left center. A little over, up with the ball, and Jerry Kenny hit a bullet line drive. It took off. Campaneris thought he was going to get it. Leaped high. Went right over his glove into left center. First base hit off Locker, and the ninth hit for the Yankees. And it brings up Gene Michael. Gene's 0 for 3. Bounced to second, fly to left twice. Look at it, they tie it up and come back in. The Yankees out front 4-1. And Jerry Kenny picks up base hit number 55 on the year. He leads. Oh, what a wild pitch that was. Holy cow. That missed everybody by about 20 feet and hit the screen and back of home plate. And I guess Locker figures if you're going to make a wild pitch, really make it. That ball got away from him and didn't come close to Duncan or Michael or Runge. Hit the screen way in back of home plate. So moving to second is Kenny. Jerry has 11 stolen bases in 16 attempts. He leads the Yankees in that department. 1 out. Yankees out front 4-1. 1 ball on Michael. Locker sets. His pitch inside almost hit Michael 2-0. No strikes. The pitch bounced foul over towards the Yankee dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 4-1. The Yankees are leading. What are creative playthings, Sandy? That's who the Yankees are welcoming right now. I guess for youngsters. There goes Kenny, the pitch inside throw, he's safe. Jerry Kenny steals third. What a jump he had, and Duncan made a beautiful throw and for Kenny that stolen base number 12. 12 stolen bases out of 17 attempts. He leads the Yankees in that department. So now, they're moving the infield in with only 1 out. Gene Michael about it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Yankees lead 4-1. The stretch and the pitch outside. It's a full count on Gene. Last year, Jerry Kenny had 25 stolen bases. So Horace Clark led the Yankees last year with 33 stolen bases. Jerry leads away. The payoff pitch inside, gets away, but not too far. Kenny bluffed coming, and then went back. That's a base on balls for Gene Michael. And it brings up Mel Stottlemyre. Mel Stottlemyre has bounced to first and struck out twice. Now there's only 1 out. Let's see if the Yankees try the possible squeeze play with Stottlemyre. Mel has not sacrificed, at least successfully, once this year. They are on the alert now as Bando tells Locker, look out, heads up for the possible squeeze play. Mincher holding the bag against Michael at first. Kenny leading off third. 1 man out and the Yankees out front 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the stretch by Locker. The pitch, a foul as Stottlemyre was swinging away. Now Mel steps back, looks down at Dick Hauser, coaching at third. Dick flashing the signs. Goes to the forearm, the belt, the peak of the cap, the mouth, the ear. Claps his hands. All right, 1 strike on Stottlemyre. Kenny comes down the line at third. Michael off first. Here's the stretch. Pitch out. They thought something would be going. That ball was right over the heart of the plate, but high. Now, had the suicide squeeze been on, Stottlemyre would have been able to bunt that ball. It was high, but right over the heart of the plate. So it's 1-1. Several times tonight on what was supposed to be pitch outs, the A's pitchers have thrown the ball right over the plate, but high. All right, here's the stretch. The pitch inside, and Stottlemyre sits down. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stottlemyre looks down at Dick Hauser as he gives the sign. $17,821 here tonight. Very nice crowd to watch the A's and the Yankees. All right, runners lead at first and third. The stretch. The pitch. Line to left field. By Kirby. Foul. Oh, Stottlemyre hit a bullet off a sidearm curveball. Deep down the left field line. It just curved foul. Would not have been far enough for a home run, but certainly far enough for at least a ground rule double had it stayed fair. So the count is even now at 2-2. Michael back to first. Kenny back to third. 1 man out. And the Yankees out front 4-1. This has been a beautiful night for baseball here at the stadium. All right, Locker sets. His pitch curve a little high, and it's a full count. 3-2. So Stottlemyre looks at Dick Hauser. Gene Michael looks at Dick Hauser. Jerry Kenny looks at Dick Hauser. All the A's on the bench looking at Hauser to see if they can take the sign. He might have Michael running. He might have the squeeze on, even though there's 2 strikes. He might have the hit and run. Let's see what happens. Here's the stretch. Michael goes. The pitch is swung at, popped up to the infield. Michael comes back to first. Mincher calling for it and makes the catch. Michael back to first. Back to third is Kenny. And now there are 2 out. And the hitter, Horace Clark, who was bounced to second, popped to first twice, and had a bunt single. 4-1, Yankees lead, bottom of the 8th. Horace Clark, whose bunt single gives him 96 hits on the year, at one time was way in front as the leading hit getter for the Yankees. But he has fallen behind now. Roy White has 107. Danny Cada, with his 2 hits tonight, has 104. Runners at first and third, 2 men out. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Clark, a foul off the plate and hit Horace in the left hip. Strike 1. Hippy dippy. All right, Minch is holding the bag against Michael. Kenny comes down the line at third. Locker sets. There goes Michael. The ball is hit on the ground. Fair ball! Fair ball! And scoring is Kenny. Michael's around third. They're waving him in. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's in there to score. Throw to third. Not in time. And Horace Clark gets a double to right field. 2-run score. And the Yankees lead 6-1. As we told you, Gene Michael was off and running with the pitch. And as Mincher went off the bag, Clark hit one just over the base. There, and Michael running hard scores all the way from first base on a short double to right field. Reggie Jackson's throw to the plate was not in time, and Clark went to third on the throw. So 2 RBIs for Horace Clark. And the Yankees are out front 6-1. And now the hitter, Thurman Munson, bounced a short single and twice was hit with a pitch ball. Pitch to Thurman, hit to center field, could be in for a base hit. It is, and coming in to score is Clark, and the Yankees lead 7-1. Thurman Munson gets his second base hit of the night. Clark comes in to score. 3 big runs in for the Yankees, and here comes John McNamara out of the A's dugout. He wants another pitcher, and it's going to be all for Locker. So the Yankees twice tonight, with 2 men out, have scored 4 times in the 4th inning with 2 out, and 3 times here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 out. And that's going to be all for Bob Locker. So Locker, who came in this inning has worked just 2/3 of an inning, in which he has allowed 3 hits, walked 1 man, did not strike out anybody. So far has allowed 3 runs, and Thurman Munson has been on base 4 of the 5 times tonight. 2 base hits, hit by pitches twice, and the only time they got him out, he bounced out to the shortstop. So the Yankees, who split yesterday, and I tell you, winning that second game yesterday was a big win for the Yankees. After losing the first game and losing it big, a couple of errors cost 5 unearned runs against the Yankees, but they bounced back in the second game behind the hitting of Pete Ward and the pitching of Stan Bonson and Lindy McDaniel to win it. And now in this game, they are leading 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th. 2 men out. Darrell Osteen is coming in to pitch. Osteen called up from Des Moines on June the 24th. He had won 5 and lost 4. He had replaced Blue Moon Odom when Odom went on the disabled list, but I believe Odom is back or about to be placed back on the regular list, and somebody else will go. So Darrell Osteen will be the 5th pitcher used by Oakland here tonight. Don't forget tomorrow's game with Oakland, and you'll be seeing one of the real young Yankees of the present and who will be here a long, long time in the future, Steve Klein, who had himself quite an outing in his first Major League start down in the nation's capital, losing 2-1 to the Senators. All right, Bobby Mercer steps in. Bobby singled in the first inning, singled in the 4th, and struck out in the 5th and 7th innings. Bobby has a stolen base and has scored a run tonight. Munson at first base, 2 out. The Yankees in front, 7-1. Mencher holds Munson close at first. Stretch by Osteen. His pitch is low, ball 1. And on deck, Roy White. Pitch to Bobby, high. 2 balls, no strikes. Yankees now 7 runs and 11 hits. Oakland 1 run and 7 hits. Osteen gets the sign. Munson with a short lead at first. Pitch to Mercer is high. Ball 3, 3-0. Baltimore leads Minnesota 3-0 into 6. California beat Washington 10-0. At the end of 7, Red Sox 8, Milwaukee 2. At the end of 3, Tigers 3, White Sox 1. And at the end of 6, Cleveland 3 and Kansas City 0. The 3-0 delivery. Here it is. Mercer takes it. Strike 1 call. Cincinnati and the Pirates tied 3-3 into 7. Cardinals 3, Atlanta 0 into 2. Cubs 0, Houston 0 into 5. The Mets are at Los Angeles for a later start. Osteen ready. His 3-1 pitch. High pop-up. The second baseman, Dick Green, moving back in a shallow right center, is under it and makes the catch. But the Yankees pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and a man left. And now, at the end of 8 full innings, it's the Yankees 7 and Oakland 1. Well, the Yankees are having their birthday parties for children again this year. Were so successful last year. And you know what they include? Well, for the children, a delicious Schraff's birthday cake. Then an autographed birthday card with the signatures of all the Yankees. And then when you see your birthday child's name on the center field scoreboard 20 minutes before game time, what a thrill. Eddie Layton will then play Happy Birthday to You when the name appears on the board. It's very easy to arrange a birthday party. All you have to do is purchase a minimum of 8 $4 box seats or $2.75 reserve seats and leave the rest to the Yankees. Birthday parties can be ordered only through the mail, and remember, they must be received by the Yankees at least 1 week before the date of the game you wish to attend. So, any more information? Just write to Birthday Party, New York Yankees, Yankee Stadium, Bronx, New York, and the zip code is 10451. Any moment? Well, we get some interesting news from our own Sandy Albert that Minnesota in the top of the 7th just tied the Orioles 3-3. And Bill Kane will give us all of the particulars just as soon as they come over the Western Union ticker. See if there are any home runs. Right now, Reggie Jackson will lead it off. Jackson has twice bounced to second and once bounced to short. Stottlemyre's pitch to Jackson. Swing and a miss and a curve. Strike one. Low and inside. 1-1. Nobody on. We're in the top of the 9th inning. And the Yankees lead it 7-1. Change up fouled off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson right down the end of that bat. Stottlemyre's curve fouled on the left field line. Back in the seats, out of play. Here's the word we were waiting for from Bill Kane. At Baltimore, Rich Reese hits his 7th homer of the year for the Twins in the 7th with 2 on, and they are tied up at 3-3. And Pete Rickett now has come in to pitch for Baltimore in the 7th as Jackson fouls another one back in the seats. The continuing story of Minnesota at Baltimore. That's all the Twins scored in the top of the 7th, 3 runs. So at the end of 6 and a half, it's Minnesota 3, Baltimore 3, with Baltimore batting in the bottom of the 7th. That's like a serial when you do it that way. And Bill Kane likes to keep you in suspense. All right, the Yankees got to pick up ground on those league-leading Orioles. Change-up, swing and a miss, and he lost the bat. Jackson is pulled on the pitch, strikes out, the bat comes out of his hands. If you remember yesterday, Jackson swung at a pitch, was full, the bat came out of his hands, it hit off the railing of the Yankee dugout, went way back into the box seats, and the youngster caught the bat. But Reggie Jackson, gentleman it up, ran in, got another bat, came back, gave it to the youngster, got the other bat back. Sal Bando now takes the strike. Bando's 0 for 3 in this game. That's only the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Stottlemyre. Slow curve is high, 1-1. Bando reached on an error. Bounced out to second and popped to short. 1 out, nobody on. 7-1 Yankees lead. A bouncer slowly to 3rd, but foul. And Jerry Kenny picks it up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They play Bando straight away. He's a right-hand batter. Low and outside with a sinker, 2-2. Ed Runge, the plate umpire. Stottlemyre's 2-2 pitch, a curve, bounce foul outside of 3rd, backhanded by Jerry Kenny. Count holds it 2-2. Yankees scored 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 8th. A's scored their 1 run in the 1st, and that was an unearned run, by the way. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3, full count. On deck is Alou. The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4, and that is the first walk allowed by Mel Stottlemyre in the ball game. He went 8 1/3 innings before giving up his first walk of the game. And now Felipe Alou. I always called him Felipe Alou. But Bob Shepard, who I would not doubt for 1 second on his enunciations and pronunciations. Ground ball at third, foul to Kenny. Alou has hit to the box, struck out, and single. Say, on Monday, here's a little bonus for you fans, the College All-Star Baseball. Teams will play. It'll precede the Yankee Angel game, which will start at 8 o'clock. But prior to that, we'll have a good game. Tell you more about that. Ground ball is short. Could be 2. Michael goes to clock for 1. Back to first. No, not in time. Oh, that Alou went down there. Those white kangaroo shoes were really sparkling. So they get the force play. Short to second. 2 men are out. And now Don Mincher struck out, bounced to second, and single. He tried to stretch the single into a double and was thrown out. Two men are out, and the Yankees leading 7-1. A stretch. And the pitch. Popped up down the left field line. White hustling. Digging, Michael digging, and nobody's going to get it. It drops in for a base hit. At third base is Alou, and it's... Oh, I thought Mincher would be standing at second, but he must have been watching that ball. And he will probably get a little sermon from the skipper, John McNamara, because he's at first base. He was using a lot of body English trying to get that ball to fall in. It did. It fell right between Kenny, Michael, and White. And Mincher now, with his head down, realizes he should have been at second with a double. But as it stands, he's at first with a long, high... How can it be a long, high, short single? Well, that's what it is. A long, high, short single. 2 out, runners at first and third, and the hitter is Dave Duncan. Hit to the box and twice bounced to third. The pitch, check swing, grounded to short. No, Kenny gets it, underhands the clock in time. That Kenny came from nowhere and underhanded at the clock. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left. The ball game is over, and the final score, Yankees 7, Oakland 1. Well, Hartford, Connecticut is deep in the middle of Yankee country, and I mean New York Yankee country. Of course, we've had such a large response from our friends in the Hartford County area. The Yankees have, in conjunction with the Highway Tire Centers, established convenient ticket reservation outlets in each of the 3 branches of Highway Tire Centers in the Hartford area. The easy-to-reach locations are as follows. 58 Maple Street in Wethersfield, 898 Farmington Avenue in Farmington, and 214 Main Street in the middle of downtown Hartford. President Len Cutler of the Highway Tire Centers has promised the same outstanding service to Yankee ticket buyers as his regular customers. So why not make your ticket reservations right in the convenience of Hartford County by stopping by one of the 3 locations? Call Len on the phone at 563-2801. And stay tuned to Yankee Broadcast as we'll be announcing more ticket reservations outlets for all of our Connecticut fans. Well, here's the totals in the ballgame for the Yankees. A big win, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For Oakland, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. The winner, Mel Stottlemyre, who goes all the way. He has now won 9, lost 8. The loser, Catfish Hunter, whose record now is 13 wins and 8 defeats. For Stottlemyre, that will be his 7th complete game of the year. The A's scored their one and only run in the first inning. There was an unearned run, as there was an error involved, but then Stottlemyre shut the door on him for the next 8 innings. Then the Yankees had a big 4th inning. Munson singled, Mercer singled. Munson tried to go to third, and Reggie Jackson threw a strike. They got Munson at third, but Mercer went to second. After White fly to center, Cater singled to drive in Bobby Mercer. That was a big hit with 2 out. Then Pete Ward tripled to right center to drive in Danny Cater. And Kurt Blefary lined a bullet into the seats for his 6th home run of the year. 2 RBIs, and the Yankees led 4-1. They picked up 3 more runs in the 8th inning on a single by Kenny. He stole a base, a walk to Michael, a double by Clark to drive in 2, and a single by Munson to drive in Clark. So that was it. And once again, this is Phil Rizzuto saying so long for Frank Messer, for Bob Gamir, for Cindy Alper, and Bill Kane. Once again, the final score, the Yankees 7, Oakland 1.
This Yankee baseball game has been brought to you by Atlantic.